Hello everyone. In the last video of the Learn Python series, we discussed the list methods used in Python. Today we are going to do several problems using lists. So the very first problem is to sum items in list. First of all, we'll make one list named as my list and put some numbers in it. Then initially sum will be 0. My bad, it's not O, it's 0. For x and my list, sum is equal to sum plus x, and then we will print the sum. Now we'll run this program, and you can see the sum of all the elements in the list is printed. So what this program is all about is, first of all, we have given a list named as my list, and then we initially our sum is 0. Then for all elements, sum is equals to sum plus x. That is, first of all, x will be 100 because the 0th index is 100. So x will be 100, then sum will be 0 plus x. That is 100. Why 0? Because we have already defined it to be 0 initially. It will be 100. And then it will go again to the for loop, and then x will be 210. So it will be 100 plus 210, which will be equal to 310. Then it will go on till 629. So all the numbers will be added like this. And at the last, after exiting the for loop, we will print sum. So here is our result. Now let us see another program. Let us first comment this. A second program is to multiply or product of items in list. Let us copy the same list. Now initially product is 1 for x in my list. Product is equal to product into x, and then finally we will print the product. You can see the product is printed. So this works in a similar way to sum one. First of all, we have defined a list, my list, and then initially the product is 1. Prod is any variable. It can be multiply or something else too, but it should be a valid variable name. And then for all x in our list, it will be multiplied. That is, first of all, product is 1. Then when x is 100, then it will be 1 into 100, which is 100. And after that, when x will be 210, then 100 will get multiplied to 210, and this way all the elements will get multiplied, and finally the product will be stored in this variable. The value of this prod will be the multiplication of all the elements in the list, and so at the last we will print product. Let's comment this too. Now the third program is to get the largest number in list. So max is equal to my list. My list is the same. You can just uncomment it here. 0th index. Then for x in my list, if x is greater than max, max is equal to x. And then at the last, we will print max. Let's just copy and run this program. You can see that in our list, the largest number was 629, and which is printed here. So how this program works is, first we have taken any variable name, that is max. Then we have defined it equal to the zeroth index of a list, which is 100. So this element is at the 0th index, and we have defined it as max. Then for all x in a list, that is one by one, it will take 100, 110, 80, 410, and so on. If x is greater than maximum. So if 100 is greater than maximum, but initially value of maximum is 100, so 100 is equal to 100. So this condition is not true. Then it will again go to for loop for 210 in our list. If 210 is greater than maximum, maximum is 100, so 210 is indeed greater than 100. So value of max will be x. X is 200. So here value of max will be 200. My bad, 210. And then it will go again to for loop, and after it will go to 400, and then it will go to 629. So max will become 629, and after exiting the for loop, this will be printed. Alright, let's move to another program. Number 4 is to get the smallest number in list, and it's quite similar to this program. So it is a do-it-yourself question. Let's move to another one. So our fifth program is to count strings with same start and end. In this, first we'll define a list. My list is equal to XYZ, ABC, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. Then first we will print a list. After that, we'll write that initially count is 0, ln equals to length of my list, and then for x in my list, dl1 is equal to list x f dl1 index 0 is equal to dl1 index minus 1. count should be increased by 1, and then we will print count this. First, let's see the result and then we'll run it. So you can see the first we have printed the list and then our answer is 2. So indeed our answer is 2 because this one and this one is same, and in this word also, or this element, the first and last number is same, whereas the, both have different first and last digits. So answer is 2. How this program works is, first initially we have taken a variable with 0 value, and then we have calculated the length of a list. Then for all the elements in a list, like we have taken another variable TL1, and TL1 equals to list X. So when we do this, it means that for a particular element, if we take ABC, then ABC will be stored in TL1 as a list, that is A, comma B, comma C. If we take XYZ, then it will be stored in TL1 as X, comma Y, comma Z. And then we can check whether the 0th index and minus 1 is, that is from the last and the first is equal or not. This is what we have written here, and then we will increase the count by 1 if it is equal. If it is not equal, then it will go again to the for loop. And then finally we have printed the value of the count. So let's move to the next sixth program. In this we have to check if all numbers are prime. Return true if all numbers are prime, otherwise false. So first we will take my list is equal to, say, 5, 3, 4, 7, 9, etc., any number. For X in my list, result is equal to true if X is equal to 4. Result is equal to false. And then we will use for loop for I in range 2, comma integer value of x by 2, if x is divisible by I, then result will become false and break the program. If result is true, then we need to print prime number, else we will print not prime. So you can see here it has printed with all numbers are prime or not. We can print a list also to check this. Print my list. Alright, so 5 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 4 is not prime, 7 is prime, 9 is not prime, and 0 is prime number. So it is correct. Now what we have done in a program is, first of all, where I will explain you just for loop. So for this I in range from 2 to integral value of x by 2. X is all the elements in this list. So first we will half the list. Why? Because to check the prime number, if for example 5, then if it is not divisible by 5 numbers from 2 to 5 by 2, then it will be considered prime. You can also check it for bigger numbers. So we have given the range 2 to integral value of x by 2. And then if it is, I mean the element of the list, any the number is divisible by any of I, which is between 2 and integral value of x by 2, if I divides x or x is divisible by I, then result will become false. What is result? Result is any variable that we have mentioned whose value is true in the beginning. You could name it as prime or any other valid variable name. Then we will say that result is false if I divides x completely. What this means, if I take an example, for example, if we take 9, then 2 to integral value of 9 by 2. 9 by 2 is 4.5. Its integral value will be 4. So from 2 to 4, it means 2 included and 4 excluded. So 2 comma 3. So 9 is neither divisible by 2 nor divisible by 3. So this condition is false. So it will not go to this condition. If we take some number, for example 8, then 8 by 2 is 4. 4 excluded and 2 included. So 2 and 3 will be the value of I. So 8 is divisible by 2, means result will be false and the program will break here. Why have we taken x is equals to 4 individually? This is because 4 divided by 2 is 2. And if we take 2 comma 2, then it will not be a valid range. So we have taken x is equals to 4 individually, and we all know that 4 is not a prime number. So we have already written if x is equal to 4, then result will be false. Then we have written that if result means if result is true, or the value of result is written which you have given before this all, that is initially the value of result which you have given. So if result is true, then it will print prime number, otherwise it will print not a prime number. Let me explain you again with an example. If we take 7, then for 7 result is true initially. If it is equal to 4, then 7 is not equal to 4. Then we will move forward. For I in range 2 to integral value of x by 2. So 7 by 2 is 3.5. 2 comma 3 is the range. It means the value of 5 will be 2. So 7 divided by 2 is not equal to 0. Okay. Then it means that value of result will remain true. So here, if result is true, it will print prime number, and 7 is indeed a prime number. Alright, I hope you understand this program. Let us move to another one. So our seventh program is to remove duplicates from list. let us give the same name, my list, and number be 100, 50, 50, 205, 100, 380, 410, 560, and again 560. First, we can print my list. L equals to this. Ln is equal to length of a list, my list, and then for I in range, ln minus 1. J is equal to ln minus 1 while j is greater than I if my list j is equal to my list I, then L dot append j, and then j should be decreased by 1, and le dot sort reverse is equals to 2. That is, we need to write the descending order of the list. Or list should be printed in descending order. Then we can take another variable named as ln2, which will be the length of le for I in le. My list dot pop. That is the method to remove print my list. Let us see the results. So you can see initially 50 was repeated and 560 was repeated, but here they removed repeated or duplicate elements. Okay, so let's understand this. First, we have printed our list and then we named any list, any empty list as LE. This is just to define the list which is empty. Then we have taken ln is equal to length of my list. Then we have taken two variables I and j. The range of I is from 1 to ln minus 1 and j is ln minus 1. We have put a condition if j is greater than I. Then it will check if in the list jth index and ith index elements are same. Then it will add that element into LE, which was our empty list. Then j's value will be decreased by minus 1. It means that j will be started from here and j will go like this, whereas I will go like this. This means that first of all, I will be equal to 100. Then j will see if this 100 matches with this 560, but they both are not equal. Then it will see whether this 100 is equal to this 560, but they are again not equal. Then it will move like this 100, 410, then 100, 380, then 100 and 100. So they both are equal. So it will add this element 100, this 100 here in LE, which is our empty list. Then value of j is decreased by 1 means j will move like this. So first I will be 100, which is fixed, then j will be 560, then again 560, then 410, 380 and so on till 50. Then I will be 50. and j will be from 560 to this 50. It will go on like this, and the duplicate elements will be added to the empty list named as Ellie, and then we have sorted Ellie in the descending order. And then we have calculated the length of this list and named this as ln2, and then pop is used to remove a specific element whose index is given. So we have removed the duplicate elements which were added to Ali from my list. So mylist.pop I means from my list the elements which are in LE will get deleted. So first we have added all the duplicate elements in LE, and then we have deleted those from my list, and this is how we got this as our result. Alright, so let's move ahead. Now let's see the next program, which is to check if list is empty. So there are two ways to do this. First, let us make our list 100, 200, 300, and so on. Then another list named as new list, which is empty. Then we can see if my list is equal to new list, then it will be printed empty list. Else it will be printed that not an empty list. It's a simple program. It just means that if we want to check whether this list, which is my list, is empty or not, we can just take a new list which is empty, and we can compare. If both are equal, then it means empty list. If both are not equal, that it means not an empty list. If we run this, you can see not an empty list, and we know that 100, 200, 300 elements are there in my list, so it is not an empty list. A better way to do this will be, we can write better way. X is equal to length of my list. If x is equal to 0, then it will be printed. You can just take it from here. So you can see that first we have calculated the length of a list, which in this case is 2, 0, 1, and 2. My bad, length is 3. 0, 1, 2 are the indexes of the elements. If x is 0, then we will print empty list. That is, there is no element in this like this. The length is 0. So empty list will be printed, otherwise not an empty list is printed. Now the next program is to find the count of pairs having same first and last digits. We can take this my list from above. You might think this is similar to what we have already done, but it is different. This one is to count strings with same start and end. But what we are going to do is to count the number of pairs with same start and end. In this one, we had seen individually all the elements, but the program we are now going to do, we will see the pairs like 1221 and 1321 have same start and end. That is one here, one here, one here, and one here. So we have one pair as our answer. Whereas there the answer was true because we had seen only the elements individually. Alright, so first of all we'll print my list. Count is 0. ln equals to length of my list for I and range. ln minus 1 j is equal to ln minus 1 while j is greater than I. T should be 2 tab tl1 is equal to list of my list with index I, and tl2 is equal to list of my list index 2. My bad. uh, with index j. We have taken two variables I and j. If tl1 index 0 is equal to tl1 with index 2 and tl1 with index minus 1 is equal to tl2 with equal index as minus 1, then count plus 1 equals to 1 and j should be decreased by 1. On that last we will print count is C and D. So I can see here our program is initially we have given a variable C and D, the value is 0. Then we have calculated the length of list. And then we have taken two variables I and J. Given I as range ln minus 1 and J the value as ln minus 1. Then if J is greater than I, then TL1 is equals to list my list I, TL2 is equals to list my list J. So TL1, TL2 are two different variables again. So this means that I will be for at first 1 means XYZ. Z will be ln minus 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll compare both of these. So J will be greater than I. It is indeed greater. Then TL1 is just a variable name. It will be equal to list my list I. So I is XYZ here. So it means that TL1 will be equal to, better I should write it here, TL1 is equal to I XYZ list. And below I can say that TL2 is equal to 1, 3, 2, 1. So it is when the loop is going for the first time, it will change the second, third, and so on. So TL1 is equals to x comma y comma z, and TL2 is 1, 3, 2, 1. So by making this list, we can easily see if the first and the last elements are equal or not. If TL1 index 0, that is x, is equal to TL1 index 2. It should be TL2, and here the index should be 0. So if TL1, TL2 both at index 0, that is x, and 1 are equal, and the last elements minus 1 is negative indexing which starts from last, so minus z and 1, these are equal, then it will increase the count by 1, but they are not equal in this case. Let's say if we take this TL1 as 1 2 2 1, 1 2 2 1, then 1 is equal to 1 and this one is also equal to this one, so count will be increased by 1. So like this the loop will go on and finally the result will be printed. Let us see here. So count is 1. It is the same which we got. Alright, so let's see further. A 10th program of the day. Find words longer than n. We can input the value of n, or we can just take it n equals to 4 right now. If you want to learn how to input the value, you can check my previous videos of the Learn Python series. Then my list is equal to, let us name some random names. Let's write some random names. Ram, Shyam, Sita, Radha, Geeta. I think these are enough. Then for X in my list, if length of X is greater than n, then print X. You can see that our n was 4. So Shyam, Radha and Geeta, these three are the names which have length greater than 4. Sita and Ram have either equal or smaller than 4. So our result is there, Sham, Radha and Geeta. How this program looks like for X in mileage, so it will, for loop will take one element at a time, like Ram, Shyam, Sita, Radha, Geeta and so on, like this, and then it will calculate the length. Ram will have length as 3, Shyam will have 5, Sita will 4 and so on. Then it will compare it with the value of n which you have given, and then accordingly it will print that. If we want these three names to be printed in a list, then what can we do is mm, we can just edit this. We can first make a new list which is empty, and then we can just say if new list dot append x, and then print new list. So you can see Ram, Radha and Geeta, they are printed in a list. So first we have taken an empty list, and then we have appended or added the names in that list which had length greater than 4, and then at the last we have printed new list. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel, that is Infosmart Solutions. Happy coding!